MAGA eats its own. So more than 70% of Republicans are siding with Trump in the feud with billionaire Elon Musk, according to new YouGov poll conducted Thursday.
So we have those poll results.
Yeah, can we show the is a tweet on there? By the way,
yeah,
this was the tweet. I mean, it's obviously old, and he said it. And by the way, just to let you guys know, he said time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is on the Epstein files. The real reason he hasn't been made public. Have a nice day, GG. Guess what happened today? Elon Musk at 3:04 a.m. I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. No shit. You think so? You dumb asshole.
Why delete it?
Because you tell me. As if it doesn't live on the internet for the rest of your life.
Damage is already done. That tweet had been viewed by tens of millions of people.
It's showing Trump like, I'm going to take it down, even though nothing is taken down on the internet. Once you post it, somebody has it on their feed, they screenshot it, it's over. It's still going to live. So it's dumb. Dude, it's childish, bro. That's what you get for being on drugs, bro. If you get ketamine and all that type of shit, whatever cocktail he's on, good.
But
Thank you for...
Musk talks about this stuff all the time. We covered when he said Reid Hoffman is on the Epstein list. Hoffman was a known associate of Epstein, but
I mean, if anybody's going to be on it, that guy fits the profile.
Trump was a known associate too until he banned Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after he caught Jeffrey Epstein being inappropriate with some of the underage staff that worked at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, so
weird.
It's just,
Jake, is that a demon? That's a demon.
Well,
can't keep his
Musk
hands off the
is
staff.
just kind of throwing accusations out there when he gets angry because, I mean, despite the fact that he's a brilliant guy who is trying to do some good work at various times, he does kind of act like a child occasionally.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you guys did a whole PBD podcast to cover it. We don't have to relitigate things from last week. But back to that poll results, what I find really funny, 28% of people who were surveyed side with Donald Trump, 8% side with Musk, 52% don't side with either one of them.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, like, that's a huge majority of people who are like, neither one of them is right here.
Yeah, nobody gives a damn.
Yeah, they're both being ridiculous and not doing everything they said they were going to do.
Well, look at Elon. Yeah, go to the next one, too. I think this is Alex Jones. Alex Jones, CatTurd.
This is what sparked up in the wake of the Musk-Trump fallout where Alex Jones said, Trump hasn't come out and said anything about this. That's weird. CatTurd, who will... glaze Donald Trump at any opportunity and accept no questions about it. Alex Jones is a POS and he's a traitor. And then Alex Jones responds, I'm not in your cult. It's just like this whole psychotic thing. There was this huge meltdown of it split the right. And I think the next one we have another Wall Street Journal report. Brandon Straka and Scott Presler.
Is that the gay guy?
Yeah,
gay Republican?
they're both gay guys.
Okay.
But they're also huge conservative influencers. Scott Presler is the guy who goes around and gets people registered to vote. Like, they both do good work. But now they're having a huge fight, accusing each other of grifting and of being traitors to the movement.
They just hook up and get it over with.
Yeah, there's this huge uptick in right-wing infighting, and the media is so fast to capitalize on it because that's what these splits are doing when... Like, they get to post graphics like that of, the rip down the middle and, like, everything is falling apart because of the Trump-Musk thing.
And it's not, well, guess what? Now because of the riots, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. It's over.
Here's the thing, though. Like 80% of people in the world are, like pretty stupid. Like
80? I would say the average
90?
American is really, like, guys, we are, think about valuetainment. You're not... This isn't the average place. You have to, how many stories, how much research do you have to do? Even the guys in the booth, Jake and everybody, we're around so much news. You hear so much debate. You get the pick. Everybody has their different opinions. You have this, you're so informed. A lot of people here obviously are educated, but the average, if you just drop the pin, obviously America is huge. You just drop a pin on an average person, they're fucking dumb, bro.
Really dumb.
Really, really dumb. Because you look at it, your bubble, your circle is going to this event. We're going to, here, PBD podcast. It's like you have to be informed. The average American, Brandon, is really stupid. I'd say 90%.
I almost wonder if there's a simulation that sometimes, like an NPC. But no, so I say that because there's Trump derangement syndrome, then there's reverse Trump derangement syndrome. Like, people on the PBD podcast chat are calling me a freaking liberal because I'm calling Trump out for things that he said he was going to do.
No,
that
you have a brain and you want to push back.
Well, no, like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't just blindly follow what anybody says, because, I mean, like, that
Good.
makes you stupid. Like, I think 40% of people are in that camp, though, where, like, 40% of people will never be on his side no matter what, even if he does the best thing ever. Then 40% of people will never criticize him no matter what, even if he does the worst thing ever. And then 20% of people, I think, at best, are, like, capable of, you know, deciding for themselves. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, but I mean, there's blind loyalists, which are, you know, they're just one way. They just love no matter what. It's like your quarterback. Like, I love him to death. Like, they talk all the shit that they want, but you want that guy to be behind the center. You want he plays like shit. They're gonna talk shit, but they still love the guy.
Yeah, I'm like, thankfully he's in there, but I still feel like he's leaving so much on the table. Like, I want him to, like, shatter the deep state and like make things fundamentally different than they were before he got into office. But it feels like not that different from a traditional presidency.
Yeah, no, I agree. What's up, Connor?
No, I mean, it's all very messy in the way it's falling apart, because there's so much legitimate criticism on
You
both
think falling
sides.
apart?
Not falling apart, but like when cracks like that open up, and part of why we're even doing this segment is to highlight the consequences of this infighting playing out publicly, because Trump and Musk can have whatever falling out they want. It's the fact that it played out on social media. Alex Jones and CatTurd can feud, and it's really low stakes. But the fact that I found like 5 or 6 headlines from significant media outlets talking about it. Brandon Straka and Scott Presler can have whatever disagreements they please, but like the Wall Street Journal is writing headlines about it. When these fights take place so publicly and play out on social media, there is a whole other side that is very eager to jump into that crack, widen it, and show, look, the whole MAGA coalition is falling apart. But the writing has kind of been on the wall about some of this for a while, because the MAGA movement, it's capitalizing on the whole Republican big tent party kind of thing. But when you have a tent that's so big that you bring in people of all walks of life and all ideas and everything, you end up with strong divisions on things, and sometimes you have irreconcilable differences. The writing was on the wall for Musk and Trump in December. Remember that? Remember that whole thing about the fight over H-1B visas?
Yeah, of course. That was the first sign of like there's a chink in the armor.
Yeah,
Like,
Ramaswamy.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just because we're talking about H-1B visas.
Vivek Ramaswamy kind of nuked his credibility with the MAGA base.
Of course.
By saying, you guys watch too much Saved by the Bell. We need immigrants to come in and work for
that's
half
why
the
he
wages.
disappeared.
And then Elon Musk jumped in on Ramaswamy's side and said,
safe."
Americans are retarded. I'll go to war with you on this issue like you've never seen.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not what Trump stood for, and that's certainly not what people who voted for him stood for. So it fundamentally comes down to this immigration question. And now you get like your Steve Bannons demanding that Elon Musk be deported and SpaceX be seized under the Defense Production Act. This is a huge issue that is playing out in a very public and very childish way. So,
and just because I know we're going to be closing up, do you guys know what do you guys think is the reason? I'm going to ask everybody in short before we close, Rob. How do you think it happened? Because everything started spiraling. He had the black eye. Elon had a black eye in the White House. He didn't have his son with him, which was odd because he normally has them all the time. It was like a farewell to him for doing his part with Doge, which allegedly reports are saying that Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, right, said like he was like talking shit with him and arguing with him, and he's like, "You're a fraud. You didn't do this." And there was because by the way, this doesn't just come out of thin air.
Yeah.
These are rumors. Every smoke has fire. Smoke has fire. Apparently he elbowed him. Bro, Scott Bessent doesn't look like a guy that would fight.
I wouldn't
those
have picked
long,
him.
lanky guys. So there's an elbow, and then there was a scuffle,
He's
and there was a
also
punch, and Trump said,
pretty
"I'm not
gay.
playing that shit. I'm not playing it. I'm not doing this. This is not going to happen." And then gave him a nice farewell. But if you saw Elon, looks like he was like physically bothered, maybe drugs, maybe whatever. But for all that he's done, and by the way, if you invest $250 million into somebody, and you get them in, and then you're in, and you're like, wait a minute, this shit is not. Wait, I'm getting punched by this guy, and you guys aren't appreciative of me, and everything turned. Those are the reports. That's what happened. And then Elon having the biggest microphone in the world. It's not Truth Social. It's X. I don't care what anybody says. It's the #1 media. People are getting their thing. He posts that and has the entire world, a bunch of losers on the left. I get the messages all the time. your Trump daddy is a pedophile. It's like, shut the hell up, you freaking ape. You guys are freaking idiots. So that's what the rumors were. I don't think it's ever going to be back to normal. But you don't do. Trump's like, yeah, you could call me, and I pick up and whatever, we'll piece it up. Trump doesn't hold long grudges, bro. He's a ego maniac, and if you're just like, no, I'm sorry, you're the man, he'll forget about it.
He arguably should hold longer grudges than he does.
No, I agree. No, I think he should. I mean, you're supposed to freaking pray for your enemies and love everybody, love your neighbor. But I don't know, bro. I'm happy that this is kind of over. He's apologizing, but Pat made a great point, bro. Elon's going to be a trillionaire shortly. And imagine if Elon Musk had, I'm going to go low, 1 million robots. Okay? Yeah. 1 million robots that do, and then I'm talking about war-ready robots that can fight that you can't break. And this argument happened. You know how fucking dangerous that could have been?
Yeah, it's stronger than our military.
Stronger than our military. This could have been a lot.
Even beyond that, the fact that he owns and operates most of our telecommunications stuff.
Kind of scary.
Like, everything we have in space.
He launches a rocket every week.
Through him.
Yep. What do you think, Rob?
I think it comes down to what Elon has stated from the beginning about the big, beautiful bill and his opposition to it. My question is, what specifically in the big, beautiful bill did he oppose? And I lean on the side of Marjorie Taylor Greene, who said, which shocks me to even speak and say that out loud, but I do. She has been very vocal about her opposition to a certain part of the big, beautiful bill, and that is the 10-year federal moratorium on state AI laws. Inside of the big, beautiful bill, the bill explicitly prohibits states and local governments from enforcing any laws or regulations concerning AI systems, models, or automated decisions for 10 years after the enactment. The moratorium covers existing laws as well as future state-level AI regulation. That was Marjorie Taylor Greene's opposition to it, not being able to regulate AI development, and I believe that is, in my opinion, I think that's what Elon Musk's actual objection to the big, beautiful bill was. He can say that it was the waste and the money that was being spent, but in my opinion, I think it's the AI regulation. Ooh. I don't think he was in favor of state laws not being able to regulate that stuff. Yeah. We're all about states' rights as Republicans. That's been something that we've constantly talked about, is less federal overreach or less federal oversight and more state oversight. And they're taking that away from the states with this passage of the big, beautiful bill when it comes to AI.
Yeah, it's like a big bullshit bill. I mean, if you want to pass these tax cuts so badly, just put the tax cuts forward. Like, I don't want any 7,000-page bills. I want single-issue bills. So, do it that way, and then I think everything will be much more simple. Because that's how they used to do it before this emergency situation came up, and they started packing all that stuff together. Now they hold us hostage. Like, oh, we need to pass it because we'll have the biggest tax increase ever. Like, all right, so pass the tax part of it. Like, leave the other 7,000 pages to the side for a second and do one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
Make Congress work.
I'd rather our congressmen vote 500 times a day on single-page bills than once per day on a 500 provision bill.
Yeah, what else are they doing?
What else are you there to do?
What else are they doing?
Nothing.
They're talking in front of the camera all fucking day. Go do your job.
Yeah.
Fucking, when I see Maxine Waters, I want to punch myself in the face. But what is she doing?
When you get deep into the big, beautiful bill, you realize, like, how much problematic stuff is in there. Whether it's the AI provisions or even something as simple as the no tax on tips that we talked about a while back, that's like very convoluted and it's a weird thing of how they're trying to go about passing it.
It's written by lobbyists.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like every other piece of legislation. And they say, no, we have to pass all this now because the Democrats are going to hold things hostage on the debt limit negotiations. And then Musk says, no, you're blowing up the budget. So you have to do all the stuff to pass the debt limitations and cut fraud and waste now. And then other Republicans are saying, no, we need to do all the immigration stuff first. And who cares about the budget? But it's just more of this fighting and this back and forth that plays out publicly that gives every person who hates you, who hates your movement, who hates your country, a leg up to try to make these arguments against you. So it was kind of ridiculous that it played out that way.
Yeah, I don't know. The future looks bright, but it's gonna be a challenge, bro. With people like this next 5 years, just with AI alone, bro. I've been seeing videos that I could tell, like 95%, I'm like, oh, it's real. But then I see like a thumb or a finger do something weird. It's getting crazy. And these guys, these couple of people, you know, Palantir with security, with all the data, with AI, with what's going to be true, what's going to be fake. Oracle. It's going to be a shit show, but you guys better get prayed up because that's the only way. Because once it gets out of control, bro, there's no coming. I mean, we're the ball. It's rolling down the hill. Nobody's going to stop this freaking thing. So let's see what happens. But anyway, all right, guys, great episode. I had fun. Aliens do exist. Do they not?
Yeah, they live in the moon.
They live on the moon. In the moon.
Which is a spaceship.
And the
there's
ocean.
people protesting for them in Los Angeles.
And
So
there's-
we've
yeah,
covered
and-
everything.
Yep.
in Los Angeles. So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.